Where are these people coming from and going? Why isn't anyone panicking? People line up to enter, but I just want to run out screaming. Some people seem to find beauty in being trapped inside a bird. Metallic, flying without flapping its wings, powered by turbojet engines more powerful than 50 Formula One cars, sucking in air, compressing it, burning it, and spitting it out. Calm down, rationalize your fear, relax, stretch out, turn inward. The ground is more dangerous than the sky. Road accidents are the daily equivalent of 23 deadly long-haul plane crashes. It doesn't work. It doesn't reassure me. Simple abstract statistics, completely unable to erase my fears. One question: which bird is the most afraid on a plane? I'm losing it. I wish I could control an aero car, those flying cars from the 40s and 50s, an amazing, wacky, expensive, and dangerous invention with only about a half-hour range. Sitting between a big guy and a baby, I want to scream, but I remind myself it could be worse, and think of what Lindbergh endured crossing the Atlantic for the first time in 1927. 33.5 hours of non-stop flight without sleeping. In a rickety little plane without a windshield, and just equipped with a periscope to see ahead. As luggage, 4 sandwiches, 2 chocolate bars, and 2,000 liters of fuel. Just the bare essentials. Stop daydreaming. Come back down to earth. And where does this sudden craving for tomato juice come from? A delightful mystery solved in 2012 when it was discovered that the taste of this juice is altered by the fact that the cabin pressure is equivalent to what you find outdoors at 2,400 meters altitude. So, tomato juice, considered by many to be too strong and too salty at ground level, loses its intensity in the sky because your taste buds become numb during the flight. I'm not hungry, but Michel Lotito is. This guy has literally eaten a plane before. Mr. Eat-All, as he was nicknamed, spent his life swallowing all sorts of objects. All sorts of bikes, shopping carts, TVs, computers, and a Cessna 150 cut into pieces. He took 2 years to swallow everything. I must have dozed off, feeling uncertain. Flying at 890 kilometers per hour in a technological marvel, I wish I had a hot air balloon like her bag to disconnect and switch to airplane mode. From my submarine overlooking the ocean, I think back to the turbulence, to the depths of the vast sky. A bewildering experience Otto Lilienthal would have loved, as he ultimately gave his life in the late 19th century trying to make the first paper airplanes fly. Otto studied birds, and inspired by their shapes and wings, made 2,000 glider flights by launching himself from a hill. Equipped with his creations, his wooden and fabric gliders, the very first among a wave of adventurers. A tribute to all sky conquerors who dedicated themselves to one goal. Hats off to the artists. Getting airborne as their only quest. I need to check something in the restroom. I shouldn't try, but I have to know if the suction system is just as effective. It does the trick. Interestingly, if you compare the weight ratio, a fly's sound output exceeds a plane's. When on high alert, every noise and smell seems suspicious. Nothing moves. It's completely still. My imagination constantly plays tricks on me. Oddly, the brochures don't state that an oxygen mask lasts only 15 minutes. Just enough time for the pilot to take the correct action. What should the pilot do during depressurization?
An oxygen mask will drop automatically in front of you.
When morning comes and you finally open your eyes, it's to gaze at the sky in sheer terror. I'll never be like those stunt pilots walking on the wings of their planes. For pleasure, money, glory, and maybe also a bit driven by madness. Outside, on the other side of the window, it's hell. Cold. Minus 56 degrees. We're at 9,000 meters. Well, there are still 3 panes of glass. 1 plastic pane on the inside and 2 glass panes on the outside. With a bit of luck, in our wake beneath the clouds, someone is gazing at a Virgat hole, with a sort of rainbow at its center. A phenomenon as rare as it is magnificent, sometimes caused by a plane passing through a sea of clouds. The optimist invents the airplane and the pessimist invents the parachute, which, by the way, is not provided to passengers here. I comfort myself by recalling Nicholas Alkemad, who survived a 5,600-meter freefall without a parachute after being shot down by the German Air Force in World War II, escaping with just a few bruises and incredible luck. It weighs hundreds of tons and flies, not by pushing air, but due to low pressure above the wings. The curved wings make air travel farther over the top than underneath. It accelerates along the fuselage, forming a low-pressure area that lifts the plane. No matter how much I consider it, I still don't think that's normal. Seriously, if the laws of physics suddenly changed, we'd fall, right? We're all alive. It's almost disappointing. I clap with one hand on my neighbor's cheek, and the landing gear absorbs it without a problem. In the end, it wasn't that complicated.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a great match fight.